Hi guys, welcome to Sports News episode 18. Um, so we have a lot of stuff to talk about today, and um, so we have everything: basketball, baseball, hockey, football, a little bit of everything. We are going to start with basketball because, alright, so the Grizzlies. This is just going to be some notable scores from like the week, and then things like that. So the Grizzlies beat the Nets in overtime, 116 to 111, sorry. 116-111. However, Ja Morant, the second overall pick of last year's draft, is out for 3 to 5 weeks with a grade 2 left ankle sprain. So, hopefully, the Grizzlies will still play well without Morant. However, he's an extremely good player. Um, so and Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant look extremely good together. Um, the Trailblazers beat the Lakers 115-107. Um, the Jazz beats the Thunder 110-109. And I believe it was the Thunder Rockets game that got postponed on opening night, or the day after. So there was the two games that played, and then that Wednesday. That game got postponed because the Rockets did not have enough players to play the game because there was too many in close contact, or like for example James Harden, he um he broke a COVID protocol, so he couldn't play, and the Rockets didn't have enough players. Um so there's only four undefeated teams, and while it's extremely unlikely for a team to go undefeated in basketball, I find the teams that are undefeated a little bit unusual, and while it is only 3 games, but they're the Cavaliers, the Pacers, the Magic, and the Hawks. Um, Trae Young, he is leading the Hawks, and the Pacers, I mean, that's kind of expected. They're pretty good, and the Cavs, they're decent. And there is no undefeated teams from the Western Conference. The Mavericks beat the Clippers by 51 points. Um, Kawhi Leonard didn't play. Um, the final score was 124-73. It was 77 to 27 at the half, the largest point differential in at the half in the shot clock era. So meaning when there is a shot clock. Um, so the Mavericks scored more points in the first half than the Clippers did in the entire game. Um, so now that's it for basketball. Over to baseball. The Padres pull off two huge trades. They get Blake Snell and from the Rays, and then they pulled off another trade within. They got two great pitchers in 24 hours, less than 24 hours. First, they got Blake Snell from the Rays, but they had to give up some pretty good prospects for him. And then they got Yu Darvish from the Cubs. And so the Padres are looking to be contenders in the future for the playoffs and the World Series because they now have a good hitting, Machado and Tatis. And then they also have three good pitchers, although this season it's only two. They have Blake Snell, Yu Darvish, and Mike Clevinger is out this season with Tommy John surgery. But by 2022, he'll be good to go, and they'll be dangerous. Um, Over to the NHL. The Blackhawks, Jonathan Toews, is out indefinitely with an illness. And I had an NHL question come in last week, and I've researched and found the answer. The question was, what teams are allowing fans? And so the Arizona Coyotes are allowing fans. The capacity is to be determined. The Dallas Stars are allowing 5,000 people per game. Home game, that is. The Florida Panthers are allowing fans. The amount is unknown. And the Tampa Bay Lightning are allowing 20% capacity, which is 3,800 fans. So only 4 teams allowing fans. So over to the NFL. The Washington football team drops Dwayne Haskins. Um, Alvin Kamara has 6 touchdowns, ties a record for most touchdowns rushing in a game, and he leads the Saints to a 52-33 victory over the Vikings on Christmas. And Alvin Kamara had 22 carries for 155 yards, and as I just mentioned, 6 touchdowns. The Buccaneers, they clinch a playoff spot for the first time in 13 years with a 47-7 victory over the Lions. The 49ers beat the Cardinals 20-12. The Cardinals still remain in playoff contention. George Kittle returned in that game, and Jeff Wilson, he had 22 carries. He's a 49ers running back for anyone who doesn't know that. He had 22 carries for 183 yards. And the 49ers are eliminated from the playoff contention. The Dolphins beat the Raiders 26-25 to move one step closer to the playoffs. And Tua was benched for Ryan Fitzpatrick, and he led them to a win. The Ravens beat the Giants 27-13. The Giants can still win the East, and they have to do that by a Washington football team loss and a victory over the Cowboys. The Chiefs clinch number 1 seed / home field advantage in the AFC with a 17-14 victory over the Atlanta Falcons. The Chiefs game this week, Patrick Mahomes is unlikely to start because they have clinched everything possible. Home field, number 1 seed, first round bye, division, everything. The Jets win again and beat the Browns 23-16. The Browns can still make the playoffs, and because the Jets have they won. This automatically gives the Jaguars the number 1 pick. The Jets clinched number 2. The Steelers come back against the Colts, and in that comeback, with the win, they also beat they clinched the AFC North. The Bears are almost in the playoffs. They move one step closer with a 41-17 win over the Jaguars. The Bengals get their first road win since 2018 with a 37-31 win over the Texans. The Seahawks grabbed the NFC West with a 20-9 win over the Rams. And the Bills crushed the Patriots 38-9 last night on Monday Night Football. They are currently in line for the AFC's number 2 seed. So, I'll answer any questions if you have them. And if you have any questions while I wait for them to come in, I'm going to tell you what I'm doing for the rest of the week in terms of lives like this. So, tomorrow, Wednesday, I'm doing a college football bowl game playoff preview. Saturday, I'm doing an NFL playoff picture. And Sunday, I'll be analyzing the college football big bowl games, including the playoffs. So that's it. Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, comment if you have questions, and goodbye.